Hey guys, welcome back to AZ Triumphster. It's been a little bit since we've spoken. Been busy, been working on some things, as you can see. Um, so I'm gonna take you through it, show you some of the stuff I've done to the Fat Bob since the last we saw each other, and yeah, run you through it all. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the color changes that you see going on or the mufflers in this video. Um, the mufflers I'll cover probably in the next video or another video soon. As far as the colors go, it's a work in progress. It's not done yet, and I would much rather finish what I'm doing with it and then present it to you guys and go over that. But what we should talk about is this Custom Dynamics integrated tail light, LED tail light, and license plate bracket. I also got the LED plate border as well. So right off the bat, I've dealt with Custom Dynamics before. Some LED, universal LED lights that I used as tail lights and integrated blinkers in a custom pod tail I did on a cafe racer build. And they were a fantastic product. My only gripe really is that on their universal products, they have a very small gauge wire when almost all wires in a factory wiring harness for almost all motorcycles are a larger gauge wire. So that part really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but as long as the current gets there and it functions the way it's supposed to, I guess that's all that matters, right? So I love the finish. The final look of this is amazing. And you know what? Let's get this light on here. So as a running light, and it's daytime, guys, I get it, but it's super bright. I mean, brighter than factory for sure. But let's get a blinker going so you can see how that functions. There you go. And yeah, so let's kill that. So yeah, the overall look and finish is fantastic. You know, I'll probably get a cap or even just do a little contoured vinyl, black vinyl over that to cover that, but not a complaint whatsoever, because again, this just looks great. But what I can tell you is that the installation is not super easy. I mean, you think it were going to be, because you've got these pieces right here, and that's what these bolts right here thread into. Basically, you need the entire fender off. I wouldn't recommend trying to do it with the fender on. You have the fender upside down. Initially, I tried putting these brackets because they're individual pieces. I don't know if you can tell. And I tried mounting one bracket to one side, one to the other side. And this was, of course, after I installed the tail light, which is just some 3M tape, right? So easy. Center it, tape it, whatever. But I tried installing one bracket on one side, one on the other, and then putting the plate and border on to this, but the clearance is really zero. There's no wiggle room. So then I had to take it all apart, which unfortunately was my third time at that point. And I had these brackets off, and I installed the plate and the border on the brackets, and then had to simultaneously install that with these back onto the fender whilst juggling these pieces that the bolts go through. Yeah. So, feedback wise, if I were, telling Custom Dynamics, I'd say, and these were like a satin. I had them coated gloss. This came gloss. It has LEDs in it, which I just need to wire up. I've already obviously wired the tail light, but if I was giving Custom Dynamics feedback, I would just basically say that it is almost apparent that this whole kit is not designed to go with your contoured plate border thing, because once it's installed, it is making contact with this light, and this is with it pushed as far back. Everything's set in the way to give this much as much relief as possible. So if you guys are looking at this, it takes a little bit of patience, a little bit of wiggling. You get it done. If you don't necessarily care about having this LED light on your plate because you consider that this taillight is illuminating this, or if, let's say, I don't know, some police officer is behind you, his headlights will be on your plate, you're probably fine. find a plate border that has much less depth to it, that lays flat, because that's going to give you this room you need in here to have a little bit of clearance and a little bit of room to do what you need. But that's really it. You know, I have a buddy that bought the same kit but without this, and the only reason, see, I got the plate pieces, the brackets, and the light for Christmas. I didn't get this because literally my thinking was I don't need to illuminate it if this taillight's going to do that for me. But when this kit came, it was only 2 individual pieces. There was no contoured backing plate or border for the plate itself. So there's really nothing to support that or bridge the 2 pieces. And this is just a flimsy piece of aluminum, if even that. So I needed something to make sure that the contour was correct and that it all looked good. But like I said, I have a buddy who has the same kit but without this border. He's going to try putting it together. And if there's any feedback to give from that, I'll certainly share it. But they also provide you these 3M you know, clippy things with zip ties that run through them so you can run the wires back. And the taillight does not come with the thin gauge wire. It comes with the same gauge wire as the factory wiring harness, and it comes with the OE plug, so it plugs right into the factory harness under the seat. Yeah, so all in all, very happy with the fit and finish. Let's do one more walk around. Yeah. Let's get a side view of that right there. Clean, right? Yeah. So yeah, it turned out great. I'm really happy. I never thought this bike looked right with the side blinkers and whatnot. So yeah, anyways, really happy with it. Custom Dynamics. They have a search by motorcycle. You can look up parts for the Fat Bob. So go to their website, check out what they've got. Again, overall, just good quality stuff. I think what they did with the plate, so the taillight is definitely for a Fat Bob, but I think with the plate bracket, I think that was designed to fit other models as well, and I think that's where some of that really tight fitment comes into play. But, you know, knowing what I know now, like if I'd done this install on someone else's bike, I'd still get the parts for my bike. I think I would just do a different plate border. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. It's definitely great talking to you. I feel like it's been too long, so I hope the new year's going great for you guys. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I'm going to talk about those mufflers, and then hopefully I'm shooting for about a month or so to have the whole scheme of the motorcycle, like the colors and graphics and stuff, completed. So you'll definitely want to see that when that's done. But other than that, most importantly, of course, stay safe, guys.